Today we are learning about production. What does production mean? Production covers the process of transforming tangible inputs like raw materials or semi-finished goods into finished goods.
You might think a pencil is simple. Chances are you've been using one since before you could even read or write. But just because it's familiar doesn't mean it's simple. In fact, it's complicated, elaborate, beautiful, elegant. Its very existence is too improbable for any one person to truly comprehend. These are the basic materials that go into a pencil: graphite, cedar, metal, and rubber. But if you had all the elements of a pencil right in front of you, could you make a pencil? It's not as easy as you might think. In fact, no single person on the face of the earth could do it without the help of countless others. And this is the key to understanding the world. A pencil, just like you and me, is the end result of a vast and intricate family tree, a symphony of human activity that spans the globe. Through their work and knowledge, a vast number of people have had a hand in making this simple pencil. Unlike your family tree, this one begins with an actual tree. The most immediate ancestor of the pencil is a cedar tree in the Pacific Northwest. But the loggers who harvest the timber are also its ancestors. And these men don't work alone. They in turn are assisted by the people and industries that produce the saws, rope, and countless other tools that they use. These are also the ancestors of our pencil. As is the waitress at a nearby diner who sells the loggers lunch, to say nothing of the thousands of people involved in producing that simple midday meal. Across time and space, the web grows. Consider the roads, trucks, ships, communication systems, and the people who design, build, and maintain them. All of them are necessary to bring the lumber to the mills and the slat factories that process them. All of them are also the ancestors of the pencil. And even with the work of all these people, so far all we have is a stained wooden slat, a naked half of a wooden body of a pencil. But its family tree is larger and more extensive. The graphite is mined in China and Sri Lanka. At the pencil factory, it's mixed with clay and heat and other materials before it's extruded, dried, and baked in a kiln. People from different continents, different cultures, cooperate to bring these materials together with waxes and kilns and equipment from across the world. These too are the ancestors of the pencil. And the same is true of the eraser. With ingredients from around the world, it's the end result of a similarly complex and exotic branch of the family tree. As is the ferrule, the metal band made from material that is mined, refined, and shipped from all over the world. Each part of the pencil is the result of the collaboration and cooperation of millions of people. Together, they form a process that is constantly changing and adapting. A change in the availability or cost of material from one place might make another source more desirable, and the process changes and adapts fluidly. And there is a fact that's still more astounding: the absence of a mastermind, of anyone dictating these countless actions which bring a pencil into being. Each member of this family tree supplies only a small amount of the necessary know-how needed to make a pencil. They do so voluntarily, not because they necessarily want pencils or like pencils, but because by working to create them, they exchange their labor and skills for the wages that let them buy what they want and need. What you're seeing is the market at work. The spontaneous configuration of creative human energies, of millions of people with their various skills and talents organizing voluntarily in response to human necessity and desire, as if led by an invisible hand to promote an end which was no part of the intention. Every second we are alive, we benefit from the products of voluntary, spontaneous cooperation. This is the modern world. It's miraculous, it's intricate, And it gets better every day, so long as people are free to interact with each other. If we can leave the creative energies of humankind uninhibited, there's no limit to what we can accomplish.
What is production process? It is the process in which economic inputs like land, labor, capital equipments are combined by entrepreneurs to create economic goods and services.
Factors of production. We know that the central theme of economics is scarcity. It's about using limited resources to satisfy unlimited ones. So what are resources? Well, in economics, when we talk about resources, it has to be productive, meaning we can use these resources to produce something. Suppose you want to sell awesome coffee to people. What do you need? Maybe a cafe? So you got to rent some place. That's land, isn't it? You also need water and electricity and of course coffee beans. What's this? Raw materials. What else do you need to sell coffee? What about coffee maker machines? Cash registers for cash transactions? So these are machines and tools that help us produce our goods. In this case, coffee. These are also what we call capital. Tools, machinery, even factories are considered physical capital. Another type of capital is human capital. It refers to knowledge and skills of people that enhance their production capacity. For instance, your knowledge on how to make awesome coffee is a type of human capital. One question: is money considered capital? Well, in economics, resources have to be productive. Can money itself help you produce anything? No. Although you can use money to purchase resources like machines or coffee beans, money by itself cannot produce anything. So it's not considered as a type of resource. It is understandable that some of us may find this confusing because we often hear news commentators referring investment capital or financial capital to money. Yeah, in fact, in our everyday lives, we often equate money to capital. However, money is not an economic capital. In economic terms, money is not capital because it cannot produce anything, like a machine does. Rather, money is an expression of value. With money, it is easier for us to exchange goods and services. Money serves as a lubricant for the economy. Alright, once you make coffee, you need to sell it, don't you? So you need waiters, you need labor, you need to hire people. With land, capital, and labor, what else do we still lack? Who's going to bring these resources together? Who's going to organize this together and make it a productive enterprise? You. Yes, you. Who are you? Well, you are the boss, the entrepreneur. Entrepreneurship is also a kind of resource, as the entrepreneur bears risk and brings the other three resources together to make a business work. Without entrepreneurs, no business organization can begin. Okay, I hope your coffee business is successful. Before you forget, there are 4 types of resources, namely land, capital, labor, and entrepreneurship. Thank you.
Production function. The production function is a function of a firm which uses inputs to produce maximum output. OI is the function of LK. OI means output, L means labor, K means capital. The output is opposed to labor plus capital. So labor 1, capital 1, capital 2 and labor 2. The 20 units are produced by capital 1 and labor 1. The 60 units produced by capital 1 and labor 2. So here shows the 60 units of production inefficient and 20 units of production efficient. This shows that the 20 units productions are produced with 1 labor, with 1 capital plus 3 labor. So here the I is the function of labor and capital. So I means output. The output equal to labor plus capital. How many outputs are produced by labor and capital? Types of production function: short run production function and long run production function. Types of